Roundup. James Poovey alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, how great is it to be back on this show right here? And we get to visit with a gentleman today, Mr. Arland Bruce IV, who has been a big-time influence on this Wranglers offense.
Talk about making an impact on offense and special teams. Arland Bruce IV has come in and just exploded and took this offense and the special teams to a different level.
Arland, welcome to the show. We appreciate you coming on here with us on the Wranglers Roundup. Just tell us a little bit about your path to Northern Arizona and how you were led to become a Northern Arizona Wrangler.
What's going on, guys? Thank you for having me. The last few years have been rocky for me after college. But God has blessed me with this opportunity to play with the Wranglers, and here I am 4 games in. We played 11 games, but it is what it is. I'm grateful to be here.
Arland, did you think you'd make this much of an impact just in 4 games with the 3 kickoff returns and what you're able to do so far on offense?
To be honest, yes, but I honestly expected a little bit more out of myself up to this point, receiving wise. But yeah, man, I'm excited with what we could do continuing with the rest of the season on kick return, and then especially when Elder gets back. And if me and Elder are both able to be back there, that will be very dangerous.
Arland, we talked a little bit off air that Ed and I have been with the organization since the inaugural season in 2021. It's always been about a family atmosphere inside the Finley Toyota Center, and the fans have really embraced the team. How much have you seen all of that in your time with the Wranglers?
I've seen it a lot since day one. Just being there, no matter the outcome of our games, just being there after games, and even before the season, when they showed up and we signed autographs for them, they've always shown a lot of love, support. They've always been very kind, and they really just a lot of them will try to take you in as if you're family and try to see if you're doing anything on the weekends and just make you feel welcomed here.
With as fast-paced as this league is, Arland, the Indoor Football League, was it tough for you to try to get up to speed on how Coach James and his coaching staff likes to run this football team and how you're supposed to play wide receiver and how you're supposed to do what you do on kickoff returns?
Most definitely. I think it's a challenge for any wide receiver coming to this league. You're confined to half the width of a football field, and then you gotta watch out for that wall and run your routes differently according to that wall. And I think it definitely was a adjustment at first, but I'm getting the hang of it week by week, day by day.
Arland, the Wranglers have always prided themselves in having a really good defense. Definitely helped us win the championship in 2022, and the defensive back play just continues to be stellar for the Wranglers. How do those guys make you better as a wide receiver going up against them in practice every day?
I think those guys, they're just a gritty they're a gritty group, and they bring that intensity to practice every single day, and they don't back down from anyone. And you see that in the way that they play. They get their hands on, they're physical. And they really just give us a good look to get ready for the week ahead.
And then also, Arland, on the flip side, how are you making the defense better? How is this offense making those defensive backs, those linebackers, defensive linemen better?
I think just, trying to give them a good look as well of what they're going to see. There's a lot of good receivers in this league, and really just trying to emulate what other teams are putting on tapes, so kind of just watching the full game of whatever team we play. And if I see a wide receiver has a certain tendency or he does a certain stem in his route, I'll try to do that in practice and kind of just give them the best look possible, just how they do for us.
Arland, talk about the bond that you've been able to form, albeit difficult a little bit this season with the transition at quarterback numerous times so far. How have you been able to establish a relationship with quarterback Raone Atkins?
I think just staying in constant communication, like even when we took our trip, San Diego was my first away game. So it was a long bus ride, but, just staying close to him on the bus and then just always staying in constant communication, because although he came in the middle of the season, we had a little bit of chemistry from camp. And, I feel like we didn't really lose any of that. I think, just you got to have communication with your quarterbacks because it's all about spacing, timing, depth.
You mentioned communication. How important is communication off the field, the bond and the relationships that you're building with your brothers over the course of this season?
Yeah, it's very important. It's very important because I think who you are off camera and off the field and outside of practice it really speaks volume. You can't live this double life, and you can't really act like you like someone one day, and then outside of it, you don't act like you like them. I don't know. You just gotta stay connected at all times. So I feel like we could hang out more. I feel like we have a good chemistry, but I feel like we could definitely hang out more for sure. But it's just hard with guys living in different areas and guys coming at different points in the season. But I think Raone, he just does a good job of trying to make sure we all are meshed together and stay together.
Arland, what would you say, or who would you say you model your game after? Is there a particular player, maybe at the pro level, at the NFL level, that you might have looked up to, or maybe say, hey, I'd like to do some of the things that guy can do?
Right. When I'm looking at receivers, I typically look at receivers like around my height or around my body weight. So I look at guys like Terry McLaurin, Lad McConkey, Tyler Lockett, like a lot of those fast slot receiver type guys. Look at the releases they're doing. Yeah, I feel like I've always said Tyler Lockett my entire life, but yeah.
3 kickoff returns for touchdowns in 4 games. Arland, walk us through the art of returning a kickoff for a touchdown. I know it's hard to describe, but when you're out there, what are you seeing when you get the football and you're seeing all these guys coming at you and your brothers are trying to block for you? Just walk us through that.
Yeah, first I got to give credit to Coach James. He walks us through the returns very, very thoroughly every week. And after games, we watch special teams tape. He breaks it down for the entire team. So shout out to him first for doing that. And then I would just say, like, my job is easy, man. Like all I have to do is run a couple steps straight, set up the block, and whatever side it's on, I run to that side. And most of the time, the guys are blocking there for me. And I just feel like when you have a bunch of guys that are blocking for you, it makes it easier for you to want to return it or, go for some of those squibs. And you might not know where it's going, but, sometimes when I have Malik back there, I trust him. So it's just the trust that we have all around together. And they make my job easy, man. A lot of those I'm not even getting touched. So can't give me too much credit.
Arland, we know that this team has been close so many times this season. How much better do you think this team could be even than they are now? I think we're one of the best 1-10 teams in the IFL, if you ask me. Of course, I'm a little bit biased, but if a lot of this team is able to stay together in the offseason, maybe have some more bonding during the offseason and come back in 2026 stronger and better than ever, how much better could this Wranglers team be?
You're not biased at all. And you're not the only person that said that. I actually said that at practice, I want to say yesterday. Like, we are the best 1-10 team you'll ever see. Like, that's not even trying to be funny, but we actually have a lot of really good players, and we just had unfortunate circumstances. We had changes at quarterback, and that's a big position in the middle of the season, and that's not ideal. When most teams have that chemistry and depth, spacing, timing, starting in camp. But I think if this group were to start right now, the start of the season, I think we're a championship team, most definitely. But we just got to finish the rest of the season strong, and then next year is next year. Just worry about winning out the rest of the games this year.
Arland, talk about playing in this offense and how fun it is. Ramone's quarterback. You've got all these great wide receivers. You've got really good running backs. Just how much fun it is being in this offense.
It's very fun. It's very fun, especially. We pass a good amount of time. This is a passing league. Obviously, there's only 3 linemen, but we just have dogs all around. Like if, say there's a route where I'm really covered or, I'm not even meant to get open. I trust that Deshaun, Kobe, I trust them boys are going to get open because those are dogs and they put it on film. And Nolan, we have 2 great backs, Nolan, Kinsey, 2 great quarterbacks. So it's just fun when you're playing around. You have a lot of great athletes around you that can make plays and can take it the distance at any time.
Wide receiver and kick returner extraordinaire Arland Bruce IV joining us here on the Wranglers Roundup. Thank you for your time, Arland. Great getting to know you a little bit better, and we wish you nothing but continued success.
Thank you very much. God bless you guys.
Well, welcome back to the Wranglers Roundup. I'm going to kind of take the reins here because I appreciate Ed and James jumping in here and interviewing Arland for us. We had a little miscommunication on the setup in here, so we just did a quick shift and had that work. But we brought them on the show today because we wanted to talk with them and and kind of interview them a little bit of what their history's been with the Wranglers and the fun they have doing our broadcasting the games. And they do a great job. If you listen to any of the other broadcasts that go on in the IFL, we have been voted the number one broadcast in the IFL for a reason. And number one, Doug with his production crew. And then number two, we definitely have the best broadcast team announcing the games. You guys just do an incredible job. And anytime I listen to another game, I just appreciate you that much more because you guys are just awesome.
I can't believe 5 years have flown by, but it has been an honor to be the color analyst for 5 years for the Northern Arizona Wranglers. Of course, winning that championship 3 years ago was the cherry on top of the proverbial cake or whatever dessert that you want to use, a banana split, whatever you want to say. But it has been so much fun. And Fred, Robin, we thank you so much for allowing us to come back again. It has been a true honor. We're having a great time calling the games and being the official voices of the Northern Arizona Wranglers.
Yeah, and the fans don't get to see all the behind the scenes that's going on and all the scramble back there of making sure that production ends up perfect for game day. and you guys, I mean, it's just we have a lot of great people back there, a lot of professionals who have a high level of expectations, and they all come together and they all get together on that game day and just put together a great show. So we really appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. And there is a standard that is set with the Northern Arizona Wranglers. It's a standard that everybody has to live up to in a championship organization. From 3 years ago, there's a certain way that we have to do things, right?
Right. And that's what we were just talking about before we went back on air here is just the level that the team is at this point in time. And, we had a really rough start to the season. Our record, of course, is not showing our improvement. Mid-season, we made a lot of big changes. But the team we have now, even the team that, some of the guys we've had to let go of the years that we've been owners of the Wranglers, the group of guys we've had this year, I just can't even say enough about the level of respect that they have and just how sweet they all are. We have a great group of guys. They all work really hard. They have high expectations of themselves. They work together. They don't give up on each other. They keep pushing. I'm just so impressed with them, and I want to have them all back next year because I know where we'll be if they all come back next year.
Yes. And here's the thing: at 1-10, Robin, these young men could just pack it up and say, "We're done." They could already be checked out, but no, they're continuing to fight hard. You saw it in the San Diego game; they're going to fight until the very end. We say it on the broadcast: a Ron James coach team is never going to give up, no matter what the deficit is, no matter what your record is. They're going to continue to fight, and we see it week in and week out.
Right, and that's how I feel too. Is like we said earlier, like you guys said earlier, it was my thoughts exactly. I'd said the same thing earlier today, that for a record of 1-10, we don't look like a 1-10 team at all. And it's just, they're incredible players, and I want them, like for the rest of the season, let's show them what we're made of. Let's show them what's coming next year. Let's show them who we are. And we've seen so much of who we are the past few games, and I just can't wait to see what happens next year. It's going to be good stuff.
And it's crazy. Over the course of a long 16-game season, 17, 18 weeks, whatever it is, with the buys, the team is going to change from week 1 until week 18. And I've seen a change, especially once Raone Atkins got here at the quarterback position. The offense has gotten so much better under number 10. And the defense is they are just crazy. Those guys are psychos out there. They run and they just play and they hit so hard, Robin. And of course, what more can you say about the special teams with Arland Bruce IV and David Elder and Michael Hall coming in, kicking as well as he has? It's coming together, and we'll see what happens over the last 5 games.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen. You see some great things happening and great players out there. And Raone, just the short time he's been here that we've gotten to talk to him and gotten to know him a little bit, and what an incredible guy. I mean, just all around, he's got it. And I can see where he's come in and been a great leader for these guys coming in halfway through the season. So I'm excited to have him here. But we got some fun things coming up. We've been renewing season tickets already for 2026. So we're already excited. We're already looking forward to how great next year is going to be. So Just a reminder to all of our fans out there, the 2026 season ticket renewals, if you renew before June 30th, you get some extra perks there. So you get 20% off your tickets only if you renew before June 30th or purchase new season tickets by June 30th. You also get 4 free friends and family passes to be used in the first 2 games. And this is the best part, you can break them into 10 monthly installments, as low as $18 a month for season tickets. Is that incredible?
That's a great offer.
So just a reminder, you got to do that by June 30th to get all those. And our game coming up Saturday is going to be against the Bay Area Panthers. Get it?
You were right the first time. Yes.
So anyway, excited to see a lot of familiar faces back in the arena on June 28th. And you know what? All I want is for us to win that game. If we win that game, that will be the championship win of our season.
It will be. You see Coach Keefe coming back and Coach Moss, of course, and just all the players that used to be with the Wranglers. It really is amazing just to see how they've transformed over there from the Northern Arizona Wranglers to the Bay Area Wranglers. Panthers. Yeah.
Right. It's gotten very confusing.
It has.
But we are so excited to have brought in a whole new coaching staff this season. Our coaches this year, I don't know. I know a lot of our fans have gotten to meet them. And the reason our players are as great as they are and the character skills that they have, the character traits that they have, and how awesome these guys are that they've brought in this year is because of who our coaches are. The coaches recruit a certain characteristic, a certain character level, and they don't accept anything less than that. And anybody who they've brought on the team who hasn't met that standard has not stayed on the team. But that goes to our coaching staff, and our coaches are the same way. And it's been really exciting having these great guys, these great men, such great experience. I mean, if any of you think we're in a rebuild season, and all of these coaches have over 30 years of experience. And they know rebuild is hard, and they're in it. They're in it to do it. They're in it to succeed at it, and they are giving it all they got. And next year, you're going to see that come together. So it's going to be exciting to see.
And Robin, it is difficult when you have 19, I believe it was 19 rookies on the team at the beginning of the season. These guys, they've never played in the indoor football league. So it's going to take time for them to learn and get what this indoor game is about, because it's completely different than anything they've ever done in high school or in college. But Coach James, Coach Hendricks, Coach Burley, Coach Mayer, all 4 of those men have done a fantastic job with getting the team to where they are right now as we head for week 12.
Absolutely. So just things to realize as a fan, and as fans, we need you. They need you. They need your continued support. And we've been so excited to see so much positive feedback coming in after every game, and the cheerleading and the support that you've been offering these guys. So we really appreciate that, because they do need that. They need you more than ever. And let's show them that support with showing them we're coming back for next year with these season ticket renewals, letting them know, that we're standing behind them, and we're not giving up on them either. And some fun before Saturday's game also, we are doing a Texas Hold'em tournament before the game. So we did this last year for the first time, but it's our NAZ Wranglers. It's free. Texas Hold'em tournament, it's free as long as you have a game ticket. So your game ticket gets you inside the arena. You're going to play some Texas Hold'em, win some great prizes, and then that's going to lead right up to kickoff, to start of the game. And we're even going to hold on to the party suite for you for that game. So if you'd like to purchase a seat at a discounted price, $20 off, you can get a seat in the party suite for just $55. So play some Texas Hold'em and jump over in the party suite and enjoy the game for June 28th. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, that'll be only 2 home games left. Wow, that's gone fast.
I know the season really has flown by, hasn't it?
Yeah, a little sad about that. But, off season gets here, and the fans, kind of go on their own way just for a little bit of the off season, and then we rein them back in. But we never stop. So we keep going all off season. We put the whole next season together with the themes and the different events and the different halftime shows and pregame shows and all the fun that we're going to have at the games. And the recruiting begins right as the season ends. So the coaches are hard at work watching thousands of players of tape. And it's a busy off season. So you all get to relax a little bit, but I think we work harder off season than during season.
It really is a year-round operation, isn't it, Robin?
It sure is. So, but well, I appreciate you guys coming on today. That was a lot of fun. Great hearing from
Yes, ma'am.
Arland.
Thank you.
Man, he almost. I was sitting over there listening to him during the interview, and I said, "You almost made me cry, man." Like, because everything he said, it was funny. I was having those exact thoughts earlier today, and that just tells you that we're on the same page with things, and on the same page with, the Lord putting you where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, bringing things
Amen.
together. And how good this team is, and the perseverance they have, and that they don't give up, and how much they learn from, that you learn more when you lose, and you come back even better and even stronger. Like all of that, I was just so proud of them. And
that's just another quality young man that Coach James and his staff have brought in, right? Arland Bruce IV. What a fantastic young man! What a great addition to this organization.
Absolutely. And those are the people these coaches are bringing in. These are the guys that they're bringing in. These are the guys they're finding and they're looking for, because they know that these are the guys that are going to work the hardest and not give up and give it their all. And it's just been a great season having these guys around. So, well, we're going to call that a day for the Wranglers Roundup. We only have one more after this one. Again, it's ending too fast, but thanks for being part of it today. Now I'm going to cry. I told Arland, you almost brought a tear now. So, well, again, thanks for coming out, Ed, and James.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And Arland. And I guess we'll see y'all next time. I forgot to say, go Wranglers.